everybody, welcome to the oh, why is this not working? There it goes. Welcome to the ATC Festival. That's this month's theme, I should say. Hello everybody, I'm Ian the Kilter Crafter, if you haven't already figured that out, and today we are going to be working on an ATC for the ATC swap group from the Art Sherpa. This month's theme is festival, and it's going to be festival of any variety, and in this instance I'm taking it to Coachella or Burning Man, so that's why we have a little bit of craziness going on tonight. Yes, I am shirtless. I had to do some body paint because if you go to Coachella or if you go to Burning Man, you're going to get arty, right? You're going to get a little bit arty. So let's see, who do we got here? We have Christy here, Nikki is here, Ramona's here, a lot of people are here. John is here, hello John, and Cinnamon is here as well. Thank you guys so much, and of course Nancy is being an awesome light keeper for me today. She's helping out by making sure to put all the links for me into the chat. If you're joining this after the fact, after we've broadcast live, you can always check out the chat as it's rolling along and see different links that are getting popped up into there. I'm also putting other links down in the description below, so if you want to become a part of the ATC swap group, you can do that by checking out all the details down in the description below. I also did an unboxing video for this month's secret supplies that Cinnamon sent out to everyone, which did include this awesome headband and these wonderful jewels that I have over my eyes. And I took on that theme and really wanted to make it my own, so I had a friend of mine who is very near and dear to my heart. She helped me with this lovely body paint up at the very top here. As you can see, it's lovely and I like it. She did these wonderful vines down my sides, and I wanted to add it a little bit more, so I went ahead and did my chest. That's why it doesn't look as good as what she did. She did an amazing job. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that bell icon and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to do that so that way you'll know every time I go live here on YouTube. So it's really great to be able to join y'all tonight and have y'all join me as we have a really festive and party atmosphere tonight. You know, this T-Rex, there it goes. This T-Rex is great, but sometimes the bubbles are not working on it. There we go. That was a good bunch of bubbles, right? My cat, I gotta tell a quick story. My cat, when I was making sure that the bubble gun worked, he started going a little crazy because he's never seen bubbles before. He had no idea what to do. So, head is poofing with glitter. Very nice to know, Christy. I know this is a bit much tonight, isn't it? Alright, so let's go ahead and start in on today's project. Like I said, I wanted to do something that was Burning Man related. If you don't know what Burning Man is, it is I don't even remember where it takes place, but basically everybody gathers in this desert, and literally there is nothing for miles around. Suddenly this pop-up city, and I do mean city because there are literally thousands and thousands of people that go to this, they all converge onto this one desert for a couple of days, and they party, they dance, they sing, they art, they do all sorts of craziness, and at the end of the week, or however long it is, they have a big gigantic sculpture of a man, and they burn it to the ground, and the city disappears again, and all that's left is the desert once again. So if you've never heard about that, check it out. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube and also some great websites about it. And you can always, of course, check out the official Burning Man website. Be forewarned, though, please do not do this in a public space. You will get pictures of scantily clad or sometimes nude people. So bear that in mind whenever you're looking this stuff up. So let's go ahead and take a look onto my table today. Today I have some materials that I'm going to be using. I have a black light going, that's what you see glowing there. I also have some of my glow Sharpie pens. I have the crayons. They're not crayons, but they're the Neo color that were in the box. I have a couple of those. Unfortunately, they didn't glow very well. I mean, the packages glow, but the colors themselves didn't glow very well. So I'm going to pump this up today a little bit with, I think, either the Sharpie markers, or I'm going to use the paints that I used to paint my body I can use these as well. So the first step in getting today's ATC created is I'm going to start off with my toned blue mixed media paper. This is from Strathmore. This is a sample pack. Typically this pad is not for sale because of the size. This is just to give you a sample of what's going on, right? So Strathmore, whenever they go to trade shows, they will hand these pads out, and I got one of them when I was at NAMTA, which was really awesome. So I'm going to be using the toned blue paper. It looks blue as you're looking at it here on the page, or here on my Cricut mat. It looks blue already, but it's more of like a stormy sky blue whenever you actually see it under actual light. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to bring this camera back up onto me, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I've already gotten a project set up in Cricut Design Space, so I'm going to use my iPhone to go ahead and draw the Burning Man picture onto this piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to go ahead and start coloring it in. So let me get that set up and going. I'm going to connect into the Cricut machine that you see directly behind me. And I have a pen in it, and that pen is going to draw the black outlines, which will allow me then to fill it in or color around it or whatever I want to do with the rest of the design. I have an idea. I'm hoping it works. Some of the inspiration that I took today came from this sheet right here. I went on to Google Images and I started searching for Burning Man pictures, and I know that the colors don't look like anything much right now because this is actually yellow, but it's hard to see with the black light. The black light is changing the changing that a little bit, but this is kind of what we're looking at, and hopefully that's what I'll be able to draw out on my sheet. So I'm slightly distracted as I'm picking my material that I need. I need cardstock, and this is rather thick cardstock, so I'm going to say that's at least 80 pounds. So I'm setting my material up. And I'm actually going to add a little more pressure because whenever you customize your settings in Cricut Design Space, you can actually determine if you want less pressure or more pressure. So I'm going to load my mat, and I'm also going to load in its a regular Cricut pen. It's the fine point pen, and we'll get started with that, and we'll do a little chit-chatting while this is going. And make sure that it gets going, guys. Alright, it is off and drawing. So while that's drawing for me, I'm going to go ahead and spend some time talking with y'all and see how everybody's doing. How has your day been? How has your Friday been? What are you doing fun this weekend? And are you going to any festivals this weekend? I am actually thinking about going to a festival this weekend that's happening at the Islamic Center in Irving. I was invited to it, and I think I'm going to go check it out. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm catching up on chat, so hang on, everyone. Ian is Roman for Kilted Warrior? I did not know that, Ross. That is so cool. I mean, that fits me very well, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Probably needs to sit herself in timeout before she explodes. I obviously missed something there. I feel like I need a sippy with the black lights. Nancy, you and me both. Unfortunately, tonight it's just water. Nothing too special. I tell you though, the room with this black light is really quite amazing and a lot of fun. Especially when you get the bubbles, right? Bubbles Festival! Also included in my kit that Cinnamon sent me, we have the, what is this thing called? Palette. So that way you can kind of scrape your crayons onto, I keep calling them crayons, they're not officially crayons, but you can scrape them onto there, and that will, you can mix it with water and stuff like that. Get down with your crafting self. That's right, Ross. I love the paint on your arms. I know. It's so cool, isn't it? She did such a good job. It actually goes on the side of my neck as well. It's pretty awesome. Oh, Kim, your Raven turns 13 tomorrow. Happy birthday, early birthday to her. Madonna, I am canning pickles and jelly this weekend. Oh man, that sounds good. Oh, I forgot there's a timer that kicks on all the lights. Excuse me for just a second. Alexa, turn everything off. There we go. Back to the party atmosphere. I have my whole entire house hooked up so that way whenever it goes to sunset,
okay,
everything turns on. So that way it looks like there's somebody home. I probably shouldn't admit that on the internet, but that's what happens. You've been trying to figure out how to paint with your bubble blower. Oh, now that's something that I never thought about. Could you paint with this? I like mine. Mine's a dinosaur. And you pull the trigger and the eyes light up and the mouth shoots the bubbles out. It's pretty awesome. I'm just saying. You're off to the cottage, Nikki. That sounds awesome. Nikki, sorry, I didn't mean to activate yours as well. If I activated your Alexa unit out there, guys, I do apologize. Sometimes, I mean, the Alexa is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie, because there's a lot of times I've ordered stuff just using my voice, or I've done stuff just with my voice, and especially being able to turn stuff on and off with my voice, I really do like that a lot. So as soon as we finish today, I'll tell her to turn everything on, and the whole house will light up again, so. Let me check on the drawing. It looks like it's actually getting pretty close to being done. We are about, we're getting close to 75% done with that, so that's pretty awesome. Guys, I'm going to ask for a little plug, if you will. It was a little nerve-wracking for me to come on shirtless today, so if you would, give me a thumbs up for my courage today. I would greatly appreciate it. By the way, what type of jelly or jam are you canning? Madonna? Jelly. She's canning jelly. What type of jelly are you canning? Because I love jelly. You can send it my way. You can send the whole thing my way. I'm just kidding. Angela, yeah, Melody does do the same thing as well. Nancy is wanting to take her bubble blower and put pigment in there and let the colored bubbles land on the paper. That sounds fun. I like that idea. Party tomorrow for her, and then the oldest goes back to college on Sunday. It is that time. How many of y'all have kids going back to college? It is that time of year again. I think we need to put Alexa to sleep. Hi, kids! Kids all say hi and that they would watch you even if they didn't know you. Okay, good. I'm glad. My contacts are slightly messing up right now today, guys, so that's why I'm having to, like... Could you do watercolors in the bubble blower? Wendy, that's a good question. Angela makes jelly, apparently. I love apricot preserves. That's one of my favorite, is apricot preserves. Alright, so right now my Cricut just switched over and is actually cutting out my ATC, which is 2.5 by 3.5, for those of you who don't remember. I'm going to check it really quick, make sure it actually did go all the way through. It did not, but that's okay, because I can unload it and then cut it by... Oh, no, it did go through. I was concerned that it didn't, but it kind of felt like it didn't, but it did. So I'm going to turn this back on to the overhead cam. I'm going to set my cell phone off to the side. You also get to see how dirty my mat is because of all the black light that's showing off right now. Okay, it popped right out. Look at that. Okay, perfect. Yay! I love when things work out nicely. Okay, so I'm going to put this up on close-up cam. Alright, so there's my Burning Man right there. Now it's time to get fun and colorful. So I'm going to grab my colors here and my inspiration. Let's see. I think I'm going to go for yellow. And I'm going to color this in yellow. Ooh, dudes. This is looking so cool. I don't know if you can see this all that well. Yeah, look at that yellow showing up. I love it. As it dries, it really starts to pop. And I'm loving that a lot. I hope this is coming across on camera as amazingly as it is here in person. So I found an SVG of the Burning Man that you see here today. I turned it, or it actually was a PDF document. And I took that PDF and converted it into an SVG, which is what Cricut Design Space uses to recognize files. So I converted it over, and then that's what allowed me to be able to draw it out, and I think it worked out perfectly. This is exactly what I was looking for, because I was having a little bit of a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do Burning Man, and I knew I wanted to do something with the actual Burning Man itself. But I couldn't quite figure out exactly what I wanted or how I wanted to get it done. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate that. I am glowing. I love it. My town does an onion festival? Interesting. Never heard of an onion festival before. Feel like a lot of people would be crying. Do they vote for Miss Onion of each year? Because I know some festivals have like a beauty pageant or something that goes along with it. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to stay 100% in the lines, and so I am getting a little outside of the lines, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I don't have a thin enough marker that can stay inside all of the lines, but I'm not worried about it. I'm doing the best I can. That's all that matters, right? Although I think this looks so freaking awesome right now. I'm really happy with how this is looking. I saw Stephanie's Lantern Festival, and it looks so great. That's one that looks... Stephanie, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. When I was looking at your ATC, I didn't realize that the other one was a picture. I thought they were both ATCs that you had created because they both look so good. I had no idea. Tried to stay in the lines on that one and it just didn't quite work, but that's okay. I feel that this is almost like a robot. Like the way it looks is very robotic-like. And I like that a lot. Stephanie, it's true. I really did think that it was that they were two ATCs. Had no idea that one was the one that you made and one was the actual picture. Guys, I hope you're enjoying being a part of the ATC swap. If you are, if you're not and you want to be, you can always check out the information listed in the description below, or Nancy, any moment now, will be putting up the website that you can visit. At this time, I know that John is working very hard to get the website back up and running. So if you click on that link and it is not working, check back in a couple hours and see if it's back up and running. I know that the interwebs have been having a few issues today, so I'm happy that I'm able to go live today, in fact. So just give it a little bit of time. The hamsters need a little more time to run on their wheels. And as I'm sitting here, I'm realizing, so I burned my finger like just a few minutes before going on live. I was cooking some food and the steam ended up getting my finger, and I can actually still feel the burning of my finger from that steam earlier. It's not pretty. Alright, so there's pretty much the outline of our little Burning Man. But I think I want to go back in and let's add some more colors to it. So I think I'm going to add a little blue down here on the legs. And I'm not exactly staying inside the lines, but that's okay if you don't. Because if you notice here on the Burning Man itself, you can see that some of the lines are actually getting reflected off of the other pieces of wood around it. Nancy, you're right. The burning of my finger has nothing to do with Burning Man. You are so right. So even though I'm going outside the lines a little bit, it can hopefully look a little bit like radiating light from LEDs that are on another side, or, you know, use your imagination. That looks pretty cool. So it's a little hard to see. The blue doesn't pick up as well as the yellow does. But I still think it looks pretty cool. All right, let's see if I can do a little bit of pink now. Where should I put the pink? I think I'm going to outline the yellow on the head with the pink. How does that look, guys? What do you think? Yeah, I'm really loving the glow effect on this. This is really, really cool. In fact, let's just go ahead and color the whole head in pink. Oh, guys. Look at that. That looks really great. I'm loving that. Okay. So that's not looking too bad. I really like that. Okay. So now you're probably asking, but Ian, you haven't used any of the things from the kit. Well, let's do that now. So I have these marker or the crayons. So now what I'm, yeah, the stripes do show through. They show up really nicely. You know what? So it's hard to know when to stop. Let me see what happens. If I trade, oh boy. All right. So I'm gonna add a little right there and a little right. Oh man. So I think I'm gonna outline some of these boxes in this orange. Because this is looking sweet. I don't know what this is going to look like whenever I turn the lights back on, though. I'm hoping it looks pretty cool, but we're going to find out. And hopefully whoever gets this ATC realizes that it is a glow one. Okay. Focus. There we go. Look at that, guys. Look how cool. I love that. Oh man, that orange really kicked off that yellow a lot. All right, so now let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna take my plate here, and my I think this one is black. Which one is this one officially? Umber? I think this is umber. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my umber, because Burning Man happens, a lot of the glow stuff. Let me turn it back onto me so that way you can see my glow. There we go. So a lot of the stuff that glows at night or is a part of the glowing festival or whatever of Burning Man or Coachella happens obviously once the sun goes down. So I want to add and darken out the background of my ATC a little bit, so that way it shows off hopefully a little more of that glowing and really punches it forward. So what I'm going to do, my marker or my my crayon broke. I keep calling these crayons. Sorry guys. I'm going to go ahead and scratch it onto my plate right here. This has a little bit of a texture to it. So basically it's just wearing down a little bit. And now I'm going to grab my, this is just a water brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I'm going to make sure that it's going first. And I'm going to start grabbing some of this black. And then I'll start putting it on, oh man. Start bringing it onto my card, my ATC. And I feel like I have more control with this water brush. So it's really going to allow me to get right up next to my drawing and not get too close to it. So if I go silent for a moment, it's because I'm trying to paint. I apologize. But I think this is going to add some really great dimension onto this ATC. And it's going to be interesting to turn the lights on and see what this looks like in regular lighting instead of the black light lighting. I think it's going to change how it looks a little bit. I'm also having to be careful because I don't know what happens if I get the Sharpie wet. All right, there we go. Sorry, got really involved for a moment there. I'm gonna keep turning this, pick up some more of the black. Just keep drawing. It's looking kind of like a dark, smoky sky. I'm liking that so far. Let's get some darker tones on there. Yeah, much better. I'm also looking at chat every now and again. Esther's here. Hello, Esther. Thank you for joining tonight. I appreciate it. Guys, I really do appreciate y'all being here tonight. If you are not already subscribed and would like to be, make sure to hit that button down below that says subscribe and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that notification button, which is the bell. That'll let you know every time I go live or post a new video. I usually post new videos up on Friday at 9:30 a.m. Today was a little different because I knew I was going to be working on this ATC tonight. So wanted to make this today's video. Oh, I'm just now noticed, I missed a little section of blue, so I'm going to put that right back in there. And if you're interested in becoming a part of the ATC swap group, it only costs the cost of a postage stamp. You don't have to be a paid member. And remember, if you are a paid member or going to become a paid member, that membership is not a profit. That is just to cover the cost of shipping internationally. Because even sending an ATC internationally is not cheap. So the little gnomes and the little gnomes behind the scenes getting all these ATCs to people, they need help sometimes getting those to the right places. So they use that money towards international shipping. I'm trying to talk and art at the same time, and it's not easy. Patty, I'm glad you're here. Most of the time I do live videos a lot of times on Saturdays, so I can understand how you'd be a little confused, Patty, and I am so sorry. But since I knew that this would be a great video for my Friday release, so that's why I decided to do it today. Guys, this reminds me a lot of like a Tron type project. Like I just watched Tron Legacy again recently. Oh yeah, I forgot, and paid members get to swap 2 ATCs, and they also have the chance to get, so if you are a paid member of the ATC swap group, you could end up getting this ATC that I'm working on right now. It's not guaranteed, but there's a chance you could. I was watching Tron Legacy the other night. I'd been in a mood to watch it, and it's been years since I've seen it, and I forgot how much I love that movie. So I kind of feel like this is like Tron-esque. Angela, I'm so glad you're liking this. Yeah, Frisky is definitely Tron. I feel it's very Tron-like. So I'm just going over some areas that seem to kind of still pop out a little bit. Just add a little more black on top. Try to get it blended a little better. Yeah, I love the Tron movies as well. It's been a long time since I had seen them. And I didn't go back and watch the original Tron, I just watched the Legacy. Legacy is actually my favorite movie out of the two. The original Tron was definitely groundbreaking for what it was, and I totally respect it. But I enjoy the Legacy more. Somebody just sent me a message on Facebook. Was it one of y'all? So right now I'm going inside, just toning down a little bit of the lighter areas. Finding little areas that I feel like could use a little knockdown. There we go. Whew. All right. Sippy sippy there. All right, guys, tell me what you think. Do you think we're good? I really like the way this looks. I'm thinking this is looking pretty awesome. And I'm calling this one pretty much done. I don't really think I can do much more to it without starting to negatively impact it. And remember, there's always that point when you just don't know when to stop. And I feel like I am fast approaching that point when I need to stop. Christy says she needs the theme as soon as it comes out, and if you are a paid member, you do get the theme earlier, so that way you know what it is and can work on your ATCs longer. Janice, you like the original Tron. I totally respect that. I think it was groundbreaking and honestly quite awesome back then. Unless you want to add glitter or a unicorn. I think I'm going to stop here, because I think I like it just like that. I'm loving this palette a lot, because working on the palette with the water brush, it is so easy for me just to pick up the color right from this palette. It's that, this came in the mystery box from Cinnamon. And I think it works really well. I'm really happy with that. I also like the, I like these Neocolor Aquarelles? It's a water-soluble wax paste, and it's, I like using it. It also pops very nicely on the darker cardstock, because I tried that out a little while ago. So, pretty awesome. Okay, here comes the scary part. Let's turn the lights on, and we're going to take a look and see what this ATC looks like with the lights on. So I'm going to flip it over again onto the close-up cam. Ooh, it doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look as horrible as I was expecting it. I was actually kind of thinking this would not look as good as it does right now. I do see a few extra spots now that the lights are on that I want to try and clean up a little bit. Yeah, it looks really cool, guys. I'm really quite pleased. I think it definitely looks much better under the black light. And I hope my recipient knows that this, it needs the black light to look its best. But I'm really liking it a lot. Let's do a little more paint. It's not paint, a little more of the wax in these crevices. Make sure to get that all painted up. I keep saying paint. Silly me. Add just a little bit more. Yeah, I think it does work both ways. I think that's really cool. Something very cool about this one is like it can be your regular daytime or your festival nighttime look. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Get right in there really quick. All right. What do you think, guys? I think it looks pretty cool right there. And then I think it looks even cooler. Oops. I think it looks even cooler in the dark, though. Hey, Dreams, how are you? Yeah, it looks really cool with that black light. I will write a note on the back to make sure. You didn't get the notification. That's not cool. Gail, welcome. Hi. Sorry, I'm just now checking y'all out. I'm looking over at my screen now. Yeah, I think it came out really, really well. I really like how how it's glowing. Look at that. Look at it glow. This is super cool. Excellent. Love that. Hey, novice, Elaine. ¿Cómo se dice? Oh no, that's how do you say? Never mind. ¿Cómo estás? That's what I was trying to say. Lindo, hello. So there it is. All right, I'm going to do it one more time. On the close-up cam, there we go. That's today's project right there. The ATC for this month, which is Festival. If you're a part of the ATC swap group, you get to do festival of your choosing. It could be Mardi Gras. It could be if your town has like a strawberry festival or peach festival or something like that. That's included in this theme as well. So if you wanted to do something like that, like I said, Carnival, Burning Man, Coachella, what are other festivals out there? I'm trying to remember. Oh, a lantern festival or something of that nature. You can do all sorts of crazy, awesome things, or you can keep it kind of simple as well. But I, of course, have to do it a little crazy because, let's face it, I'm a little crazy myself. So, yeah, awesome. I'm so pleased with this, and I think everything worked out really well with my glow in the dark or neon UV reactive pigments and dyes and all that kind of crazy stuff. And of course, I once again have to thank my friend. She knows who she is. Thank you, Blanca, for doing my awesome paint job on my face and my shoulders. I didn't do so good, but you have crazy awesome talent right there. Look at that. Look at my forehead. It is just so freaking light up, and I love it. It's awesome. Yeah, not Elaine. That's right. So funny story, Elaine. As she was doing my painting, as she was painting this on, she was like, "This would be so great for Day of the Dead. You could do it on the sugar skulls, and you could." And I'm like, "Yes, all of that, and yes." So, pretty cool. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all taking the time to stop by and joining me as I worked on this ATC tonight. Really fun night with the glow paint and the bubbles and everything else. Thank you guys for joining me for that. And I hope to see y'all next month when we work on another ATC artist trading card for the ATC swap group. If you want to be a part of that, make sure to check out all the details below. Or thank you again, Fancy Nancy, for being the light keeper in my chat tonight, making sure to post all the links that I was talking about as we were going through it today. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I really hope to see y'all again very soon. And remember guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer, just as I'm demonstrating right here. I hope everybody has a great night, and I'll see y'all very soon. Bye!